I've been slacking on getting a GMC update. I've been on this 57 Chevy. I got boxes of parts, engine on stand, a lot of stuff taking up a whole lot of room. And I figured just put everything in one spot on the 57 Chevy frame. It makes it mobile, takes up a whole lot less room. And then I'll get back to the GMC and you could see some progress on that here pretty soon. But for now, just enjoy what I've done to the 57 because, you know, everybody needs to have two projects going at once. You might as well do more than one. When you get your parts, go ahead and put them on. Hopefully within the 90 days of when you bought it. Hopefully when you got it, you were so excited you opened the box and you inventoried everything and it's all there. But you do want to put it on because some parts look like another part, like this water manifold here. That's what they call it, water pump housing that everything bolts to. A Gen 5 LT looks just like it, except if you look at the back and the water passages are different. So if you got yourself an LT1 manifold by accident, and I keep saying manifold, it's a water pump manifold, is what they call it in instructions, and you waited 2 years to put it on, and you called them up, chances are you're going to be out of luck because you passed that little 90-day window. So if you've got the chance to bolt your stuff on after you get it, do it. And how could you resist seeing what it looked like? I'm far from putting it, maybe not that far from putting it in the chassis. I'm far from running it. But I'll probably put that in the chassis here pretty soon. I still have to build transmission mount. Then I still have to dial in the bell housing because, yes, I will be running a 6-speed. I plan on a 6-speed. Could I switch out to a 5-speed? I could. As they keep telling me that putting a T56 in a 55, 57 Chevy needs a little cutting on the tunnel. But if I ran that TKX 5-speed, no problem. Maybe I change my mind and I go to a TKX. I really want my 6-speed. Or if I came across a bunch of money, all of a sudden grab one of those 7-speeds. I do not need 7 speeds, but 7 speeds sounds kind of fun in a 57. That's a lot of overdrive. I think it's 0.4 something, 0.42 or something overdrive. Yeah, I don't need 7, but I'd do it if I could. We'll find out where that transmission goes. Right now it's got that 12 bolt in that Fatman frame's got 373s, and kind of wish it had 410s. But I'll have more than enough motor for street. I think it's 433 inches, 4140 bore and a 4-inch stroke. Should be right around 433 inches. It's a little bigger than 427. But I have a GM parts content on this engine of probably less than 5%. Almost every bolt's ARP. I got Holley parts. I've got RHS parts, Cam parts, Brian Tooley parts. Improved racing on the Windustry. The one GM part I do have, obviously the coolant temp sensor in the head, the 58X sensor for the crank, and the 4X sensor for the cam will be all GM. But I will be using a C6 vet oil pan because it sure looks like it's going to fit in the Fatman chassis. And C6 is a really nice baffled pan. And I don't think they sell it anymore. But I used to. Improved Racing had this for the C6. See? Improved Racing. And that just augments the good pan that's already there with some trap doors. I didn't see this in their latest catalog, but I got this one a while back. Got that in the pan from somebody. I don't even know if I should say his name. Oh well, doesn't matter. But here we go from there. I don't know what else to say. Hot one today. I think it's going to be time to put my RHS motor down in the 57 chassis for a test fit. Let's see if it clears. Right now I don't know if it's going to clear the oil pan I picked or not. And I chose the C6 Corvette pan with a real nice trapdoor windage tray. Because even though it's 57 Chevy, I still like handling. And with handling comes a little bit of lateral G's. You know, smart money would stuff the intake manifold ports with paper towels. Or throw duct tape across it. So let's stuff this so nothing falls in there. It may be a little while. If your eyes are real sharp, you'll notice that the heads aren't all the way bolted down because I'm still in mock-up phase. So if anything fell in there, it wouldn't be a big deal, but why tempt fate? I'm going to use 100 paper towels that I used to mop up my sweat. I've used this engine lift fixture countless times over the years. I don't even remember where I got it. Some guy was fabricating them and he was selling for a good price. And I snagged one. It's got to be worth 50 times what I paid for it over the years. Do you have to put all these bolts in? No. But I have them. It stopped me from losing them. Oh, let's set that in there because probably got to clean that hole. Here comes the rain. Nope, wrong one. Guy who designed that thing is pretty smart. You may notice that there's no feet under my hoist. You'll see in a minute. That's what I use for the engine hoist. Let's put it somewhere safe where I don't run over it. Is it even rolling? Yeah. And I'm racing a storm. I most certainly have a long way to go on this project, but you got to test fit stuff. Will this pan even fit? Whoa, that was not fun. And this is why I don't powder coat the frame. Because I am sure to be scratching it. I have to back this up a little bit more. Damn it. And I got a little further back to go. Going solo makes this a little tougher. The oil pan may not fit without a little cut. Yeah, that's not likely going to work. Yeah, we'll be changing our plans on that oil pan. If I was to keep that, the steering rack would be in the way. Well, now for alternate plans. Get a little bit of wood down here to hold this thing in a decent position while we measure. That ought to do the trick for a while. I get this tractor out of here. And if you've got the room, get a tractor. Well, what I did is I just went to look at the poly oil pan dimensions. I'll interrupt this with a little shot of that dimensions that they give. But I say I have an inch of clearance between here and here. Well, that pan starts back here and then rolls back. Mercy. So it looks like it should probably do the trick. It is. Well, because I'm not in the mood to lose nuts, bolts, washers, etc. I think I will put the valley pan and the intake manifold back on it even if it's just temporary. But truthfully, everybody watching this knows why I want to put it on there. I want to see it. And by the time I go to pull this motor back out, I may need this pulling device for something else. But that right there, you saw me use it. That's got to be the handiest thing. If I remember who made it, I would tell you. But I've had this thing for way over a decade. And the guy who did it, well, he did a good job. And I know, well, I'm going the wrong way, I think. Yeah, that's right. You said it and I heard it. I got power tools, use them. Thank you. Whoever said that, thanks. Like I really heard anybody. But I know somebody was saying it. I know it. You idiot. Use a power tool. It's in your right hand. I've done more sweat wiping with paper towels today. First it's hot, and that was one thing. But then it rained, which most people would say, well, that cooled you off. But it turned it into a sauna. Yeah, put all my bolts in my pocket. And now I gotta dig them out. This would have to be my, I don't know what you call it, your dream project, whatever. Always wanted to do something with a aftermarket frame. Got it. Always wanted to do a max effort NA, even if I sprayed a little bit of nitrous, NA LS motor, all aluminum, blah, blah, blah. This is everything I've always wanted. And I guarantee you can get amazing results without all this aftermarket stuff. You can do amazing with a stock frame. You can do amazing with a 5.3 block. Just call this wretched excess. Oh, come on. Come on. Hey, I'll run a tap down you then. Why did those go in easy earlier and not now? Let's get that intake manifold back up on here. Then I'll bag it. I'll use these paper towels to wipe sweat the rest of the day, I guess. There you go. There's my 57 motor. I'll go charge this battery up because it just can't take the beating. And side throttle body to give me a little room for the air intake system on a 57. Now let's charge this thing up and get back at it. So now, is there even any hope of a set of production headers? Yeah, right. Like I'd ever use those things. Is there even a chance that a set of production headers for an existing application will fit this fatman frame? So what I've got a set of hooker 1 7/8 and of course for a 433 motor LS7 type heads. I wouldn't want to go any smaller than this. Really rather have 2-inch headers, but we got 1 7/8 right now. Is there any chance that header is going to fit? Let's put these in my mouth. I got told years ago by some carpenter. He said, "Don't put nails in your mouth." Either he swallowed them or somebody he knew swallowed some. I don't know. Sure looks good to me. Sure looks good to me. And of course, this header I've had sitting around for a while. LS swap header for Chevelle 68 to 72 Chevelle and stainless 1 7/8. And I bought a few. I bought a couple sets of these. It's a nice header. I've yet to put them on a Chevelle though. My little cart buggy is a 96 Caprice. And they fit it. And now they fit a Fatman Tri-5 chassis. Well, let's see if I eat my words in a minute. Is it going to fit the other side as well? But you'll see here in a second, fits pretty good on this side. That's not the bolt that I had. That's something else. Got a pocket full of different bolts. I sure am hoping this fits under the hood of that 57. Gosh, I'm very happy with that fitment of that header. Of course, my 2x4s are holding the back of everything up, but that fits with a lot of room everywhere. And my steering shaft will come through here. So it comes up. Looks like it's gonna clear that real nice. We'll find out when the chassis and body meet each other. Let's try the other side. Now, of course, the driver's side fit like a glove. I was hoping it would, but now if I ever do a Chevelle, I'm going to be SOL because I do believe this header is discontinued. I'd have to check. Sure hope it fits this side too. This would kind of be rough if it doesn't fit this the other side. I never counted on these fitting. So if it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. But how are we looking now? Now the only thing I would like is for these to be 2-inch primary tubes, not 1 7/8. I most certainly will not complain. Look at that. Chevelle headers. I would like to say who'd have thought, but I was guessing maybe. And now, what do they say, the elephant in the room or whatever they call it. How low do they hang compared to the chassis? Well, it looks like the frame hangs lower than the header. If I can get this thing in here to show you. Yeah. Yeah, the chassis frame rails hang lower than the header tube. Not bad at all.